My son will never marry a black woman. Not while I'm alive, Mrs. Richardson had announced 6 years ago, forcing Marcus to leave Destiny. Now, her 60th birthday celebration. 200 guests at the family estate. Mrs. Richardson bragged about her perfect son and his wife, even though they had no children. Some things take time, she laughed. Then a helicopter appeared over the tree line. It landed on the lawn. Destiny stepped out in designer white. 3 children behind her. Happy birthday, Mrs. Richardson. The triplets ran toward Marcus. Daddy! His wife dropped her wine glass. Mrs. Richardson clutched her chest. Those children are... They're your only grandchildren, Destiny smiled. And they're half black. Surprise. But before we dive into the full story, let me know where you're watching from and what time it is. Now, subscribe to the channel and let's get started. You will lose everything if you marry that woman. Marcus Richardson stared at his mother across the mahogany desk in her study. The words hung in the air like poison. Outside the window, the Greenwich estate stretched across perfectly maintained lawns. Everything looked beautiful. Everything felt like a trap. Mother, I love her, Marcus said. His voice shook. Elizabeth Richardson stood up slowly. She wore a cream-colored suit that probably cost more than most people earned in a month. Her silver blonde hair was pulled back tight. Her blue eyes were cold. Love, she said, and the word sounded like an insult. You think love pays for this house? Love keeps you employed at Richardson Investment Group? Love maintains our family's reputation? Marcus looked down at his hands. He was 30 years old, but in this room, he felt like a child being scolded. Destiny is a brilliant attorney, Marcus said quietly. She went to Harvard Law School. She is kind and smart. And she is black, Elizabeth interrupted. Her voice was flat and final. My son will never marry a black woman, not while I am alive. Marcus felt something break inside his chest. He had known this conversation was coming. For 2 years, he had hidden his relationship with Destiny Williams from his mother. But Elizabeth Richardson had eyes everywhere. She hired a private investigator. She always found out everything, eventually. If you marry her, I will cut you off completely, Elizabeth continued. She walked around the desk and stood in front of Marcus. No job, no trust fund, no place in this family. You will have nothing. Do you understand me? Nothing. Marcus opened his mouth to argue, to fight, to defend the woman he loved. But the words would not come. Fear wrapped around his throat like a fist. I need time to think, Marcus whispered. You have 1 week, Elizabeth said. End it, or I will end everything for you. That conversation had happened 6 years ago. Now, Marcus sat in his corner office at Richardson Investment Group on the 32nd floor of a building in Stamford, Connecticut. He stared out at the Manhattan skyline across the water. From the outside, his life looked perfect. Expensive suit, corner office, important job. But inside, Marcus felt hollow. His phone buzzed. A text from his wife, Rebecca. Dinner at your mother's tonight, 7 o'clock. Do not be late. Marcus closed his eyes. Sunday dinner at the estate. Every single week. He hated those dinners. He thought about Destiny. He thought about her every single day. He wondered where she was, what she was doing, if she ever forgave him. He remembered the night they met. It was a charity gala in Manhattan 2 years before his mother's ultimatum. Marcus hated those events. Rich people pretending to care about poor people while drinking expensive champagne. But then he saw Destiny across the room. She wore a simple black dress. Her natural curly hair fell past her shoulders. She was talking to a group of lawyers, and when she laughed, the whole room seemed brighter. Marcus walked over. His hands were sweating. "Hi," he said. "I am Marcus." Destiny turned and looked at him. Her dark brown eyes were intelligent and warm. "I am Destiny," she said, shaking his hand. "Are you hiding from this terrible music, too?" Marcus laughed. "It is pretty bad." "Want to get out of here?" Destiny asked. "There is a great Italian place in the West Village." They left the gala together. They went to a small restaurant called Luca's. They talked for 4 hours. Marcus told her about growing up in Greenwich, about losing his father when he was 15, about feeling trapped in a life he did not choose. Destiny told him about growing up in Atlanta, about putting herself through Harvard, about wanting to change the world through law. At the end of the night, Marcus knew he was in love. They dated for 2 years. Marcus kept the relationship secret from his mother for as long as possible. He introduced Destiny to his college friends. They all loved her. His friend James said, "Marcus, do not mess this up. She is perfect for you." But Marcus did mess it up. After his mother's ultimatum, Marcus sat alone in his apartment for 3 days. He held his phone. He thought about fighting for Destiny. He thought about choosing love over money. But he was weak. Fear won. He called Destiny on a Thursday night. His hands shook so badly, he almost dropped the phone. "Marcus," Destiny answered. Her voice was happy. "I was just thinking about you." "I cannot do this anymore," Marcus said quickly. The words came out like vomit, fast and wrong. "What?" Destiny's voice changed immediately. "What are you talking about?" "This relationship. Us. I cannot do it." "Marcus, what happened? Talk to me. We can fix—" "There is nothing to fix," Marcus lied. "I just do not want this anymore. I am sorry." "Marcus, look at me and say that. Come over. Let's talk in person." "No," Marcus said. "I have to go. I am sorry. Goodbye, Destiny." He hung up. Then he turned off his phone. He sat on his apartment floor and cried until the sun came up. Destiny called him 20 times over the next 3 weeks. She left voicemails. "Marcus, please call me back. I need to talk to you. Something important happened. Please, Marcus, please." He listened to every voicemail, but he never called back. His mother had already arranged everything. 2 weeks after the breakup, Elizabeth invited Marcus to dinner at the Greenwich Country Club. A woman named Rebecca Hart was there. She had blonde hair and blue eyes and came from another wealthy Connecticut family. "Rebecca just moved back from Paris," Elizabeth said, smiling like a shark. "She studied art history at Yale. You two have so much in common." 4 months later, Marcus proposed to Rebecca at the Greenwich waterfront. He knelt down on one knee. He said the words he was supposed to say. Rebecca cried happy tears and said yes. 6 months after abandoning Destiny, Marcus married Rebecca. 300 guests attended. The ceremony was held at the estate. Everything was perfect and expensive and completely empty. Now, 5 years later, Marcus sat in his office and felt nothing. His marriage was cold. He and Rebecca barely spoke. They slept in separate bedrooms. They had tried to have children for 5 years with no success. Doctors said nothing was wrong physically. But Marcus knew the truth. You cannot build life on top of lies. His phone buzzed again. This time it was not Rebecca. It was an unknown number, a text message that made Marcus's blood run cold. "They ask about you every single day." Marcus stared at the screen. His heart pounded. His hands started shaking. Who was this? What did it mean? Then a photo came through. 3 children. They looked about 5 years old. 2 boys in matching blue shirts. 1 girl in a yellow dress. They were beautiful. They had light brown skin and curly dark hair. And they had Marcus's green eyes. Marcus dropped his phone. It clattered onto his desk. His hands would not stop shaking. 3 children. 3 children with his eyes. He picked up the phone again. He stared at the photo. His office suddenly felt too small, too hot. He could not breathe. Another text came through. Her name is Chloe. His name is Cameron. His name is Caleb. They are 5 years old. They are yours. Marcus stood up fast. His chair rolled backward and hit the window. He needed to sit down. He needed to think. But his brain would not work. 5 years old. He did the math quickly. 6 years ago, when he was with Destiny. His phone rang. The unknown number. Marcus answered without thinking. Hello? His voice cracked. Marcus Richardson? A woman's voice, not Destiny's voice. This voice was younger. Yes. Who is this? My name is Angela Williams. I am Destiny's sister. Marcus felt like he was falling. Where is Destiny? Are those children? Yes, Angela interrupted. They are yours, triplets, Cameron, Caleb, and Chloe. Destiny tried to tell you 6 years ago. She called you 20 times. You never answered. Marcus sat down hard. The room spun. I did not know. I swear, I did not know. You did not want to know, Angela said. Her voice was cold. You blocked her number. You disappeared. You married someone else. Is Destiny okay? Where is she? She is fine. Better than fine. She raised your children alone while you played house in Connecticut. She did not need you then. She does not need you now. Then why are you calling me? Marcus asked. His throat felt tight. Because the children need you. Or they need to know you exist. Destiny will be in touch. The line went dead. Marcus sat alone in his office. The Manhattan skyline blurred in front of him. He had children. 3 children. And he had abandoned them before they were even born. 6 years earlier, Destiny Williams sat on the bathroom floor of her New York apartment. 3 pregnancy tests were lined up on the counter. All 3 showed 2 pink lines. Positive. Destiny's hands shook. She was pregnant. She was 28 years old, unmarried, and the father had just broken up with her over the phone, without explanation. She called Marcus immediately. The phone rang 5 times and went to voicemail. Marcus, it is me. Please call me back. Something happened. I need to talk to you. It is important. She called again an hour later. Voicemail again. Marcus, please. Just 5 minutes. Call me back. By the end of the week, Destiny had called Marcus 15 times. Every call went to voicemail. Every voicemail went unanswered. Destiny made an appointment with her doctor. She went alone. She sat in the waiting room surrounded by happy couples holding hands. She felt completely alone. The doctor called her back. Miss Williams, let's do an ultrasound. Destiny lay on the examination table. The doctor moved the ultrasound wand across her stomach. Destiny watched the black and white screen. She saw nothing but blurry shapes. Then the doctor stopped. She leaned closer to the screen. She smiled. Well, the doctor said, this is unexpected. Congratulations, Miss Williams. You are having triplets. Destiny's brain stopped working. What? 3 babies. See here, here, and here. The doctor pointed at 3 small shapes on the screen. 3 heartbeats. You are about 6 weeks along. Destiny started crying. She did not know if she was happy or terrified. Probably both. That night, she called Marcus again. This time, she left a long voicemail. Marcus, I do not know why you are not answering. I do not know what I did wrong, but I need you to call me back. I am pregnant. I am having triplets. Your children, 3 of them. Please, Marcus, please, call me. Marcus never called. After 2 weeks of silence, Destiny stopped calling. She realized the truth. Marcus was gone. He was not coming back. She was alone. She called her younger sister, Angela, in Atlanta. Angela answered on the first ring. "Destiny? What is wrong? You sound terrible." "I am pregnant," Destiny said, "with triplets, and the father disappeared." Angela was quiet for 3 seconds. Then she said, "I am booking a flight to New York right now. Pack your things. You are not doing this alone." Angela arrived 2 days later. She hugged Destiny tight in the airport. "We are going to be okay," Angela said. "I promise." But New York felt wrong now. Everywhere Destiny went, she saw memories of Marcus. The restaurant where they had their first date. The park where they walked every Sunday. The coffee shop where Marcus told her he loved her. "I need to leave," Destiny told Angela one night. "I cannot stay in this city." "Where do you want to go?" Angela asked. "Boston. I got a job offer at a law firm there last year. I turned it down because of Marcus, but maybe they still want me." Destiny called the law firm the next morning. The senior partner remembered her. "Miss Williams, we would love to have you. When can you start?" "2 months," Destiny said. "I need time to move." "Done. Welcome to Morrison & Associates." Destiny packed her New York apartment. She boxed up photos of Marcus. She cried while she taped the boxes shut. Angela helped her pack everything into a moving truck. They drove to Boston on a cold October morning. Destiny was 7 months pregnant. Her belly was huge. Moving was exhausting. But she refused to give up. They found a small apartment in Boston's South End. It had 2 bedrooms and big windows. It was not fancy, but it felt safe. Angela moved in with Destiny. "I can work remotely," Angela said. "You need help. I am staying until the babies are born, maybe longer." They turned the second bedroom into a nursery. They painted the walls soft yellow. They assembled 3 cribs. Destiny stood in the doorway and felt tears running down her face. "I can do this," she whispered. "I can be a good mother." "You will be an amazing mother," Angela said. Destiny went into labor on a Tuesday morning in December. She was 38 weeks pregnant. Angela drove her to Boston Medical Center. The nurses rushed Destiny into a delivery room. 12 hours later, Destiny gave birth to 3 babies. Cameron came first, then Caleb, then Chloe. All 3 were tiny and perfect and healthy. The nurse placed all 3 babies on Destiny's chest. Destiny looked down at their small faces. She counted their tiny fingers. She kissed their soft heads. "I will never let you down," Destiny whispered. "I promise. Your father might have left, but I never will." The first year was brutal. Destiny barely slept. She worked from home when possible. She answered emails while breastfeeding. She took conference calls while rocking babies to sleep. Angela helped with everything: diapers, feeding, laundry, cooking. When the triplets turned 6 months old, Destiny went back to the office. She hired a nanny named Maria. Maria was kind and patient. Destiny trusted her completely. Destiny worked harder than anyone at Morrison & Associates. She won every case. She brought in major clients. She never complained. She never made excuses. When the triplets were 3 years old, the senior partner called Destiny into his office. "Miss Williams, we are making you partner. You earned this. You are the best attorney in this firm." Destiny shook his hand. "Thank you, Mr. Morrison." That night, Destiny told the triplets, "Mama got a promotion. We are going to buy a house." 6 months later, Destiny bought a beautiful brownstone in the South End. It had 4 bedrooms, a backyard, and a big kitchen. The triplets each got their own bedroom. Destiny hung photos of them everywhere. But as the children grew older, they started asking questions. One night, 4-year-old Cameron asked, "Mama, where is our daddy?" Destiny had prepared for this question. She knelt down and looked Cameron in the eyes. "Your daddy loved me very much, but he was not strong enough to stay. That is his failure, not yours. You are not missing anything. You have me. You have Aunt Angela. You have each other." "But everyone at school has a daddy," Caleb said. "Some families have daddies. Some families have two mommies. Some families have grandparents who raise them. Our family is different. But we are still a family." "Do you have a picture of him?" Chloe asked. Destiny hesitated. Then she went to her bedroom and opened a drawer. She pulled out one photo of Marcus. It was from their trip to Cape Cod. Marcus was laughing, his green eyes bright, his hair messy from the ocean wind. Destiny showed the photo to the triplets. "This is your father. His name is Marcus Richardson." All three children stared at the photo. Cameron touched the picture gently. "He has my eyes," Cameron said. "Yes," Destiny said, "he does." That night, Destiny tucked Chloe into bed. Chloe looked up at her with tears in her green eyes. "Mama, does Daddy know we exist?" Destiny's heart broke. "I tried to tell him, baby. I tried." "Maybe he forgot where we live," Chloe said. "Maybe we should find him and remind him." After Chloe fell asleep, Destiny sat in her living room. Angela sat next to her. "They deserve to meet him," Destiny said quietly, "even if he does not deserve to meet them." "Are you sure?" Angela asked. "No," Destiny said, "but Chloe cries every night. She thinks her father does not love her. I cannot let her grow up believing that." The next morning, Destiny made a phone call. "Hello, I need to hire a private investigator." The coffee shop in downtown Boston was quiet on Thursday morning. Destiny sat at a corner table, her hands wrapped around a cup of tea she had not touched. She checked her watch. 10:15. The investigator was late. The door opened. A man walked in. He was about 50 years old, with gray hair and tired eyes. He wore a dark jacket and carried a leather briefcase. He looked around the coffee shop until his eyes found Destiny. He walked over. "Miss Williams?" "Yes." Destiny stood and shook his hand. "Mr. Gray?" "Thomas Gray. Please, sit." He sat across from her and placed his briefcase on the table. "You said on the phone you need to find someone." "Yes." Destiny pulled a folder from her bag. "His name is Marcus Richardson. He is 36 years old. Last I knew, he lived in Greenwich, Connecticut. He worked at his family's investment firm." Thomas opened the folder. He looked at the photo of Marcus that Destiny had included. "How long has it been since you saw him?" 6 years. "And why do you need to find him?" Destiny hesitated. Then she said, "He is the father of my children. He does not know they exist. I tried to tell him 6 years ago, but he never answered my calls. Now my children are asking questions. They deserve to meet their father." Thomas nodded slowly. "I will be honest with you, Miss Williams. People like Marcus Richardson are easy to find. Men from wealthy families leave trails everywhere. The question is not if I can find him. The question is, what you will do when I do. I just want him to meet his children," Destiny said. "That is all." $5,000, Thomas said. "Half now, half when I deliver the report. I will have information for you within 2 weeks." Destiny wrote him a check. Thomas shook her hand again and left. For 2 weeks, Destiny waited. She went to work. She played with the triplets. She made dinner. She read bedtime stories. But every night, she wondered what Thomas would find. Did Marcus have a good life? Was he happy? Did he ever think about her? On a Tuesday afternoon, Thomas called. "Miss Williams, I have the report. Can we meet?" They met at the same coffee shop. Thomas placed a thick folder on the table. "I found everything. Destiny opened the folder with shaking hands. The first page was a photo of Marcus. He was older now. His face looked tired. He wore an expensive suit and stood in front of a tall building in Stamford. "He still works at Richardson Investment Group," Thomas said. "His office is on the 32nd floor. He makes $400,000 a year." Destiny turned the page. Another photo. Marcus standing next to a blonde woman. They were dressed formally at some event. The woman smiled at the camera. Marcus did not. "Who is she?" Destiny asked, though she already knew. "Rebecca Hart Richardson, his wife. They got married 5 months after you and Marcus broke up." Destiny felt something sharp in her chest. 5 months. He married someone else 5 months after abandoning her while she was pregnant. "Do they have children?" Destiny asked quietly. "No. According to my sources, they have been trying for 5 years. No success." Destiny turned more pages. Photos of a large house in Greenwich. Photos of Marcus's mother, Elizabeth Richardson. Photos of the Richardson estate. "His mother controls everything," Thomas said. "The business, the family money, Marcus's trust fund. She comes from old Connecticut money. Very traditional, very private." "Did you find out why he left me?" Destiny asked. Thomas was quiet for a moment. "I talked to someone who worked at the estate 6 years ago. A housekeeper. She said Mrs. Richardson discovered Marcus was dating a black woman. She told Marcus he had to end it, or she would cut him off completely. He chose the money." Destiny closed her eyes. She had suspected this, but hearing it confirmed made it real. Marcus had loved her, but he had loved his comfortable life more. "There is something else," Thomas said. He pulled out another paper. "Elizabeth Richardson is planning a big birthday party, her 60th. It is happening in 3 months. 200 guests. All of Greenwich society will be there. The event planner filed permits for a tent, catering, parking. It will be at the Richardson estate." Destiny looked at the date on the permit. "Saturday, June 8th. "Thank you, Mr. Gray," Destiny said. "This is exactly what I needed." That night, Destiny sat in her living room. Angela came over after putting the triplets to bed upstairs. "Did you get the report?" Angela asked. "Yes." Destiny handed her the folder. Angela flipped through the pages. Her face got angry. "He got married 5 months later? 5 months?" "Yes. And his mother made him do it. She threatened him." Angela threw the folder on the coffee table. "What are you going to do?" "I am going to that birthday party," Destiny said calmly. "I am bringing the children." Angela stared at her. "You are going to show up at his mother's party with 3 kids who look exactly like him?" "Yes." "Destiny, that is bold. That is going to cause a scene." "Good," Destiny said. "His mother destroyed his chance at happiness because of racism. She needs to see what that cost him. Marcus needs to see his children. And Cameron, Caleb, and Chloe need to meet their father." "Are you sure about this?" Angela asked. "Once you do this, you cannot take it back." "I am sure. I am not doing this for revenge. I am doing this because Chloe cries every night, asking why her daddy does not love her. I cannot let my children believe they are not wanted." The next morning, Destiny drove to Neiman Marcus in Boston. She walked through the designer section. She found a white Stella McCartney dress. It was simple and elegant and cost $3,000. The saleswoman asked, "Special occasion?" "Very special," Destiny said. She bought the dress. Over the next 2 months, Destiny planned everything. She called a helicopter rental company. "I need to charter a helicopter from Boston to Greenwich, Connecticut on June 8th. The man on the phone said, "That will be $5,000 for the round trip." "Done," Destiny said. She bought matching outfits for the triplets. Navy suits for Cameron and Caleb. A white dress for Chloe. She told the children they were going on a special trip. "Where are we going, Mama?" Cameron asked. "To meet your father," Destiny said. All three children got very quiet. Then Chloe said, "Really? We are really going to meet Daddy?" "Yes, baby. Really." For the next 3 weeks, the triplets talked about nothing else. They practiced what they would say to Marcus. Caleb asked, "Should I call him Daddy or Father?" "Call him whatever feels right," Destiny said. Cameron asked, "What if he does not like us?" "He will love you," Destiny said. How could he not? But at night, alone in her room, Destiny was not so sure. What if Marcus rejected the children? What if seeing them made everything worse? What if she was making a terrible mistake? Angela came over the night before the party. "Are you ready for this?" "No," Destiny admitted, "but I am doing it anyway." "I am coming with you," Angela said. "You are not doing this alone." "Thank you." The morning of June 8th arrived. Destiny woke up early. She made breakfast for the triplets. She helped them get dressed in their new outfits. Cameron looked so grown up in his navy suit. Caleb kept adjusting his tie. Chloe twirled in her white dress. "Do I look pretty, Mama?" Chloe asked. "You look beautiful," Destiny said. Destiny put on her white dress. She left her hair down and curly. She looked at herself in the mirror. She looked powerful. She looked like a woman who had survived everything and come out stronger. The helicopter arrived at noon. It landed in a parking lot near Destiny's brownstone. The pilot helped them inside. The triplets had never been in a helicopter before. They pressed their faces against the windows. "Mama, we are flying!" Caleb shouted. The helicopter lifted off. Boston disappeared below them. They flew south toward Connecticut. The flight took 45 minutes. Destiny's phone buzzed. A text from Thomas Gray. "I confirmed the party started at 1 p.m. Mrs. Richardson is giving a speech at 2 p.m. That would be the perfect time to arrive." Destiny texted back, "Thank you for everything." She looked at her children. They were so excited, so innocent. They had no idea what was about to happen. Angela leaned close to Destiny. "Last chance to turn back." "We are not turning back," Destiny said. At exactly 2 o'clock, the helicopter descended toward Greenwich. Destiny saw the Richardson estate below. White tents covered the lawn. Hundreds of people in fancy clothes stood around. It looked like a wedding. The pilot said, "Where do you want me to land?" "Right in the middle of everything," Destiny said. The helicopter dropped lower. Destiny saw people looking up. She saw the music stop. She saw faces turning toward them. Chloe grabbed Destiny's hand. "Mama, I am scared." "Do not be scared, baby. Your daddy is down there, and he has been waiting to meet you for a long time. He just does not know it yet." The helicopter touched down on the front lawn. The door opened. Destiny stepped out first. The wind from the helicopter blades whipped across the lawn. Destiny's white dress moved around her legs. She held her head high and walked forward. Behind her, Cameron, Caleb, and Chloe climbed out carefully. Angela helped them down. 200 people stood frozen. The string quartet had stopped playing. Champagne glasses hung in midair. Everyone stared. Destiny walked calmly through the crowd. No one spoke. No one moved. They just watched this black woman in an expensive white dress walk across their perfect lawn with 3 beautiful children following behind her. On the terrace, Elizabeth Richardson stood with a microphone in her hand. She had just finished her speech about family and legacy and making the right choices. Her mouth was still open. Her face had gone completely white. Next to Elizabeth stood Marcus. He wore a dark gray suit. His tie was perfectly straight. His hair was perfectly combed. He looked exactly like what he was, a rich man playing a part. Rebecca stood next to Marcus. She wore a lavender dress and diamond earrings. She held a glass of champagne. She looked bored until she saw the helicopter. Then she looked confused. Marcus did not understand what was happening. Who arrives at a party in a helicopter? He squinted across the lawn. The woman walking toward him looked familiar, the way she moved, the confidence in her walk. Then the sun hit her face, and Marcus's heart stopped. Destiny. His brain could not process it. Destiny was here, at his mother's birthday party, wearing white, walking toward him. Then Marcus saw the children. 3 children holding hands, 2 boys in navy suits, 1 girl in a white dress. The little girl looked up. She saw Marcus standing on the terrace. Her face exploded into the biggest smile Marcus had ever seen. "Daddy!" she screamed. The word echoed across the silent lawn. All 3 children let go of each other's hands and ran. They ran toward Marcus, with their arms open wide. They ran like they had been waiting their whole lives for this moment. Marcus could not move. His legs would not work. His brain would not work. 3 children were running at him, calling him Daddy. The children reached the terrace. They crashed into Marcus and wrapped their arms around his legs. They hugged him tight. They were laughing and crying at the same time. "Daddy, we found you," the little girl said. "We looked everywhere," one of the boys said. "Mama said we would meet you today," the other boy said. Marcus looked down at their faces. He saw his own green eyes looking back at him. 3 times. He saw his nose, his chin, his smile. These were his children. Rebecca's champagne glass fell from her hand. It hit the stone patio and shattered into 100 pieces. The sound was very loud in the silence. Rebecca stared at the 3 children hugging Marcus. She looked at their faces. She looked at Marcus's face. She understood everything in one terrible second. "How old are they?" Rebecca whispered. Marcus could not answer. His throat had closed completely. 6 years of marriage had felt like 600. Marcus thought about this as he sat at breakfast with Rebecca that morning before the party. They sat at opposite ends of their dining room table. Rebecca scrolled through her phone. Marcus read the newspaper. Neither of them spoke. This was every morning. This was their life. "Your mother wants us there at 1 o'clock, Rebecca said without looking up. "The party starts at 1. She wants us to greet guests." "Okay," Marcus said. "Do not be late like last time." "I will not be late." Rebecca stood up. She took her coffee cup to the kitchen. Marcus heard her rinse it in the sink. She came back and said, "I am going to get ready." "Okay." She left. Marcus sat alone at the table. The house was completely silent. This house that his mother bought for them. This house that never felt like a home. His phone buzzed. A reminder, Dr. Chen appointment, 3 p.m. Monday. Another fertility specialist, another doctor who would run tests and say nothing was wrong. This would be the 5th doctor in 5 years. Marcus deleted the reminder. He remembered the first time they went to a fertility doctor. Rebecca had been so hopeful. She sat in the waiting room holding Marcus's hand. She said, "Maybe they can help us. Maybe there is something simple we are missing." The doctor ran every test. Blood work, ultrasounds, genetic screening. Everything came back normal. "Mr. and Mrs. Richardson, I see no medical reason you cannot conceive," the doctor said. "Sometimes stress can affect fertility. Are you under significant stress?" Rebecca looked at Marcus. Marcus looked at the floor. "Just normal work stress," Marcus lied. They tried 3 more doctors. Every doctor said the same thing. Nothing is wrong medically. But Marcus knew the truth. You cannot build life on top of lies. You cannot create something real from something false. Rebecca knew something was wrong too. She was not stupid. She watched Marcus carefully. She saw him staring out windows for hours. She heard him in his home office, late at night. One night 3 months ago, Rebecca went downstairs at 2 in the morning. She needed water. She heard crying coming from Marcus's office. She opened the door quietly. Marcus sat at his desk with his head in his hands. His shoulders shook. He was crying like someone had died. "Marcus?" Rebecca said softly. Marcus's head snapped up. He wiped his face quickly. "I am fine, just tired." "You are not fine. You are crying." "Work stuff. A deal fell through. It is nothing." Rebecca stood in the doorway. She said, "You are lying to me. You have been lying to me for years. I do not know what about, but I know you are lying." "Rebecca, did you love someone before me?" The question came out fast. Rebecca had been holding it inside for a long time. Marcus looked at his wife. He opened his mouth. He could have told the truth right then. He could have said yes. He could have explained everything. But fear won again. "No," Marcus said. "You are the only one." Rebecca stared at him for a long moment. Then she said, "You are a terrible liar, Marcus." She left and closed the door. They never spoke about it again. Sunday dinners at Elizabeth's estate were torture. Every single week, Elizabeth asked about grandchildren. Every single week, Marcus felt smaller. 2 weeks before the party, Elizabeth served roasted chicken and potatoes. She looked at Rebecca and said, "Rebecca, dear, you are 32 now. The clock is ticking. When will you give me grandchildren?" Rebecca's fork stopped halfway to her mouth. She put it down carefully. "We are trying, Elizabeth." "Trying is not good enough. Other families have grandchildren. Margaret's daughter just had twins. My own son cannot give me one grandchild." "Mother," Marcus said quietly, "stop. I am simply asking reasonable questions. I want grandchildren before I die. Is that too much to ask?" Rebecca stood up. "Excuse me, I need to use the bathroom." She left the table. Elizabeth looked at Marcus. "What is wrong with her?" "You are being cruel," Marcus said. "I am being honest. Maybe if you tried harder." "We have tried," Marcus shouted. He never shouted at his mother. Elizabeth's eyes went wide. "We have tried for 5 years. We have seen 5 doctors. There is nothing wrong medically. So maybe the problem is not Rebecca. Maybe the problem is this family. Maybe the problem is you." Marcus threw his napkin on the table and left. He drove to a bar in Stamford. He ordered whiskey and drank too much. He thought about destiny. He always thought about destiny when he drank. He pulled out his phone. He scrolled through his contacts. He had deleted Destiny's number years ago, but he still remembered it. His fingers moved without thinking. He typed the number. His finger hovered over the call button. If he pressed it, everything would change. He could apologize. He could explain. He could ask if she forgave him. But what if she did not answer? What if she did? What would he even say? Marcus deleted the number and ordered another drink. The morning of his mother's 60th birthday party, Marcus woke up early. Rebecca was already awake. She sat at her vanity applying makeup. Marcus watched her from the bed. "Rebecca," he said. "Yes? Are you happy?" Rebecca's hand stopped. She looked at Marcus in the mirror. "What kind of question is that?" "A real one. Are you happy in this marriage?" Rebecca put down her makeup brush. She turned around. "Why are you asking me this now? Your mother's party is in 4 hours." "I just need to know." Rebecca was quiet for a long time. Then she said, "No, Marcus, I am not happy. I have not been happy for a long time. But I do not know how to leave. This is all I know." Marcus nodded. He felt sad but not surprised. "Are you happy?" Rebecca asked. "No," Marcus said. They got dressed in silence. Marcus put on his dark gray suit. He tied his tie. He looked at himself in the bathroom mirror. The man staring back looked successful and empty. They drove to the estate separately. Rebecca went early to help Elizabeth. Marcus arrived at 12:30. The lawn was already full of guests. White tents, string quartet, waiters carrying champagne. Marcus's college friend James found him near the bar. "Marcus, how are you?" "Fine," Marcus lied. "You look terrible, man. When was the last time you slept?" "I sleep fine." James lowered his voice. "Do you ever think about Destiny?" Marcus's whole body went stiff. "What?" "Destiny Williams. You remember. You dated her for 2 years. Then you just disappeared. We all wondered what happened. That was a long time ago. I saw her on LinkedIn last month. She made partner at some law firm in Boston. She looks good. Happy." Marcus felt something twist in his chest. "Good for her. You should reach out. Apologize for whatever happened." "I cannot do that." "Why not?" "Because I am a coward," Marcus thought. But he said, "It is too late." At 2 o'clock, Elizabeth took the microphone on the terrace. She gave her speech. She talked about making the right choices. She made her comment about grandchildren. Everyone laughed. Then they heard the helicopter. Marcus looked up at the sky. He had no idea that everything was about to change. He had no idea that the past he buried was landing on his mother's front lawn. Marcus's legs gave out. He fell to his knees on the stone patio. The 3 children held onto him tighter. They did not understand why the adults around them looked so shocked. They only knew they found their daddy. 5, Marcus whispered. His voice barely worked. "They are 5 years old." Rebecca stepped back. Her face had gone from white to gray. 5 years old. We have been married for 5 years. The math was simple. Terrible and simple. Marcus had gotten someone pregnant, and then married Rebecca. He had children he never told her about. "Who are you?" Rebecca asked. Her voice shook. She was looking at Destiny now. Destiny walked up the terrace steps. She moved slowly and calmly. She wore her white dress and held her head high. She looked directly at Rebecca. "My name is Destiny Williams," she said. "I am sorry you had to find out this way." "Find out what?" Rebecca's voice got louder. "Find out that my husband has 3 children he never mentioned? Find out that our entire marriage is built on lies?" The guests were completely silent. Everyone was listening. Some people had their phones out. They were recording everything. Elizabeth finally found her voice. She stepped forward. "Destiny Williams. I remember that name. You are the woman my son dated before Rebecca." "Yes," Destiny said calmly. "I am." "These cannot be Marcus's children," Elizabeth said. But her voice was weak. She was looking at the triplets' faces. She saw Marcus's eyes, Marcus's nose, Marcus's smile. She knew the truth. "They are his," Destiny said. "Cameron, Caleb, and Chloe. They are 5 years old. Marcus is their father." The little girl, Chloe, looked up at Marcus. She touched his face with her small hand. "Daddy, why are you sad? We came to see you. Are you not happy?" Marcus started crying. He pulled all 3 children into his arms and held them tight. "I am happy," he said through his tears. "I am so happy. I am so sorry. I am so sorry." "Sorry for what?" one of the boys asked. "We are not mad at you." That made Marcus cry harder. Rebecca watched her husband cry while holding 3 children she did not know existed. She watched her marriage die right in front of 200 people. She bent down and picked up a piece of the broken champagne glass. She looked at it in her hand. Then she looked at Marcus. "I wasted 5 years on you," she said quietly. 5 years trying to have your children. 5 years wondering what was wrong with me. And you already had children. You had 3 perfect children, and you left them. "Rebecca!" Marcus tried to stand. "Do not," Rebecca said. She dropped the glass piece. It clinked on the stone. "Do not say my name. Do not apologize. There is nothing you can say." She walked past Marcus, past Destiny, past all the staring guests. She walked into the house. 2 minutes later, she came out carrying a small suitcase. She must have packed it earlier. Maybe she had been waiting for a reason to leave. A valet brought her car, a silver Mercedes. Rebecca got in without looking back. The car rolled down the long driveway and disappeared through the gates. Marcus watched her go. He knew he would never see her again. The marriage was over. "Marcus," Destiny said. Marcus looked up at her. Destiny stood above him. The woman he had loved, the woman he had abandoned, the mother of his children. "I did not come here for revenge," Destiny said. Her voice was loud enough for everyone to hear. "I did not come here to ruin your life. I came here because your children deserve to know their father." She knelt down next to Marcus. She looked at the triplets. "Cameron, Caleb, Chloe," Destiny said gently, "give your father some space for a minute. Go wait with Aunt Angela by the helicopter." "But Mama," Chloe started. "Just for a minute, baby. I promise. Your daddy is not going anywhere." The 3 children let go of Marcus reluctantly. They walked across the lawn to where Angela stood waiting. They kept looking back at Marcus to make sure he was still there. When the children were far enough away, Destiny spoke quietly to Marcus. "I called you 20 times 6 years ago," she said. "I left voicemails. I told you I was pregnant. You never answered, not once." "I blocked your number," Marcus whispered. "My mother told me to. I am so sorry. I did not know about the triplets. I swear I did not know." "Would it have changed anything if you did know?" Marcus opened his mouth. Then he closed it. He did not know the answer. 6 years ago, he had been too weak to fight his mother. Would knowing about the babies have made him stronger? Or would he have run away even faster? "I do not know," Marcus admitted. "At least you are honest about that," Destiny said. She stood up. "I raised them alone. I worked full-time and raised 3 children by myself. I did not do it for your approval. I did it because they are my children, and I love them." "They are beautiful," Marcus said. "They are perfect." "Yes, they are." Destiny looked at Elizabeth standing frozen on the terrace. "Your mother made you choose between me and your comfortable life. You chose the comfortable life. That was your choice. But those children did not choose any of this. They did not ask to be born. They did not ask for an absent father." Marcus nodded. Tears ran down his face. "Chloe cries every night," Destiny continued. "She asks me why her daddy does not love her. She asks me if she did something wrong. She thinks you stayed away because of something she did." "No," Marcus said quickly. "No, it was never about them. It was about me. I was weak. I was a coward. I know that, but they do not. They are 5 years old. They only know their father was not there." Destiny turned and started walking back toward the helicopter. Then she stopped. She looked back at Marcus. "You have one choice now, Marcus. You can be a coward again and let us fly away. Or you can be their father. But if you choose to be their father, you commit fully. You do not get to disappear when it gets hard. You do not get to run when your mother threatens you. You decide right now what kind of man you want to be." Marcus looked at his mother. Elizabeth stood on the terrace like a statue. Her face was hard and angry. She was already planning what to say, already planning how to punish him. Then Marcus looked at the triplets. They stood by the helicopter with Angela. All 3 of them watched him. Cameron stood very straight and serious. Caleb waved shyly. Chloe smiled and blew him a kiss. For 6 years, Marcus had lived in fear. Fear of disappointing his mother. Fear of losing his money. Fear of standing up for himself. But looking at those three children, something changed inside him. He stood up. His legs were shaky, but they worked. He walked toward his mother. "Mother," he said. His voice was stronger than before. "Marcus, do not do this," Elizabeth said. Her voice was cold. "If you choose them, I will cut you off. No job, no trust fund, no place in this family. You will have nothing." "Then I choose them," Marcus said. "I choose my children." Elizabeth's mouth fell open. In 36 years, Marcus had never disobeyed her, never talked back, never chosen anything over her approval. "You are making a mistake," Elizabeth said. "No," Marcus said. "I made my mistake 6 years ago when I listened to you. This is me fixing it." He turned his back on his mother. He walked across the lawn toward the helicopter, toward destiny, toward his children. The 200 guests watched in complete silence. Some of them looked shocked. Some looked uncomfortable. A few looked almost happy, like they had been waiting years for someone to stand up to Elizabeth Richardson. Marcus reached the triplets. He knelt down in front of them. "I missed 5 years of your lives," he said. His voice cracked. "I will never forgive myself for that. But if you let me, I want to be your father now. I want to be in your lives. I want to know everything about you." Cameron looked at his brother and sister. Then he looked at Marcus. "Do you promise you will not leave again?" "I promise," Marcus said. "I will never leave you again." "Okay," Cameron said seriously. "You can be our daddy." Caleb threw his arms around Marcus's neck. "Daddy, do you want to see my dinosaur collection?" Marcus laughed through his tears. "Yes, I want to see everything." Chloe kissed Marcus's cheek. She whispered in his ear, "I knew you would come back. I told Mama you would." Behind them, Elizabeth screamed from the terrace. "Get off my property! All of you! Get those children off my property right now!" The guests gasped. Some covered their mouths. Others took steps backward. Elizabeth's scream had been loud and sharp. It cut through the afternoon air. The triplets pressed closer to Marcus. Chloe grabbed his hand tight. "Daddy, why is that lady yelling?" Marcus stood up slowly. He kept holding Chloe's hand. He looked at his mother standing on the terrace. Her face was red. Her hands shook. She looked angry and afraid at the same time. For 36 years, Marcus had been afraid of that face, afraid of disappointing her, afraid of making her angry, afraid of losing her approval. But not anymore. "These are your grandchildren, Mother," Marcus said. His voice was loud enough for everyone to hear. "And they are not going anywhere until I say so." Elizabeth walked down the terrace steps. Her cream-colored gown dragged on the stone. She walked straight toward Marcus. The guests moved out of her way. She stopped 3 feet from Marcus. Her blue eyes were ice cold. "How dare you bring this shame to my home? I told you what would happen if you made the wrong choice." "You were wrong," Marcus said. Something inside him had broken open. Not in a bad way, in a way that felt like freedom. "You were wrong about everything." "I was protecting you," Elizabeth hissed. "I was protecting this family's reputation, our legacy." "You were protecting your prejudice," Marcus said. "You destroyed my chance at happiness because you could not accept that I loved a black woman. You made me abandon the person I loved. You turned me into a coward." "Marcus, lower your voice. Everyone is listening." "Good. Let them listen. Let them all know the truth. You told me I had to choose between destiny and my comfortable life. I chose wrong. I chose the comfortable life. And I have been miserable every single day since." Elizabeth's face went pale. You are being dramatic. You married Rebecca. You have a good life. Rebecca just left me. Did you see that? She packed a suitcase and drove away. My marriage is over, and it is your fault. You arranged that marriage. You chose Rebecca for me. But I never loved her. I loved Destiny. Caleb tugged on Marcus's sleeve. Daddy, who is that lady? Marcus looked down at his son. That is your grandmother. She does not seem very nice, Cameron said quietly. Elizabeth heard this. She looked at the three children for the first time, really seeing them. They had Marcus's face, Marcus's green eyes. But their skin was brown. Their hair was curly and dark. These were her grandchildren, the only grandchildren she would ever have. And they were exactly what she had told Marcus he could never create. I did what any mother would do, Elizabeth said. Her voice was quieter now, almost defensive. I protected my son from making a mistake. I was not a mistake, a voice said. Everyone turned. Destiny had walked closer. She stood 10 feet from Elizabeth. The two women looked at each other. My children are not mistakes, Destiny continued. They are the best thing that ever happened to me. And they could have been the best thing that ever happened to Marcus. But you took that away from him. You took it away from all of us. You do not belong here, Elizabeth said. You never did. You do not understand our world. Your world? Destiny's voice stayed calm. Your world is built on hate and fear. Your world is small and dying. My children will build something better, something kinder. Elizabeth had no response. She opened her mouth, but no words came out. You spent 6 years afraid of me, Destiny said. But I was never your enemy. You were your own worst enemy. You destroyed your son's happiness because of hate. Now you have to live with the consequences. Destiny turned to Angela. Take the children to the helicopter. I will be there in a minute. Angela nodded. She took Cameron, Caleb, and Chloe by the hands. Come on, babies. Let's go look at the helicopter up close. But I want to stay with Daddy, Chloe said. Your daddy will be right there, Angela promised. Come on. The triplets walked away with Angela. They kept looking back at Marcus. When they were far enough away, Destiny turned to the crowd of guests. 200 people stood frozen. They all held drinks. They all wore expensive clothes. They all looked extremely uncomfortable. I apologize for interrupting this party, Destiny said. Her voice carried across the lawn. I know this is awkward, but my children deserve to meet their father, and Marcus deserved to know his children exist. A woman in the crowd spoke up. It was Margaret, Elizabeth's best friend. Did you know about these children, Elizabeth? Elizabeth did not answer. Did you know your son had children? Margaret asked again. No, Elizabeth said quietly. I did not know. But you knew about her, Margaret said, pointing at Destiny. You knew Marcus was dating her 6 years ago. Yes, and you made him end it. We all heard the rumors. Margaret looked around at the other guests. Several of them nodded. You threatened to cut him off if he did not break up with her. Because she was black. Margaret, this is not the time. This is exactly the time, Margaret interrupted. We have all watched you control Marcus his entire life. We watched you choose his wife for him. We watched you pressure him and Rebecca about children at every dinner party. And now we find out he had children all along. 3 beautiful children he did not know about, because you made him too afraid to answer his phone. The crowd murmured. Some people nodded in agreement. Others pulled out their phones and started texting. Elizabeth looked around at her guests. These were her friends, her social circle, the people who mattered in Greenwich. And they were all looking at her with disappointment or disgust. "I think we should leave," someone said. Other people agreed. Guests started walking toward the parking area. They moved quickly. They wanted to escape the uncomfortable situation. But more than that, they wanted to get home and call their friends and tell them what happened. "Wait," Elizabeth called out. "The party is not over. We have not served dessert yet." But no one stopped. Within 5 minutes, half the guests were gone. Within 10 minutes, only a few people remained. Older couples who moved slowly. The catering staff who still had to pack up. The string quartet packed their instruments. The bartenders closed the bar. The beautiful party Elizabeth had planned for months disappeared in less than 15 minutes. Elizabeth stood alone on the terrace. Her perfect party was ruined. Her reputation was destroyed. Her son had chosen 3 children over her. Marcus watched his mother standing there and he felt sad for her, but he also felt free. He walked over to Destiny. "Thank you," he said quietly. "For what?" "For coming here. For giving me a chance to meet them. You could have kept them from me forever. I would have deserved that." "I did not do this for you," Destiny said. "I did this for Cameron, Caleb, and Chloe. They deserved to know their father." "Can I see them again?" Marcus asked. "Can I be part of their lives?" Destiny looked at him for a long moment. "That depends." "On what?" "On whether you are serious. You cannot just walk into their lives and walk out again when it gets hard. If you do this, you commit fully. You show up. You do not run when things get difficult. You do not disappear when your mother threatens you." "I will not run," Marcus promised. "I am done running." "We will see," Destiny said. "Actions matter more than words." She started walking toward the helicopter. Then she stopped and looked back. "We live in Boston," she said. "South End. If you are serious about being their father, you know where to find us." Marcus nodded. "I will be there, I promise." Destiny walked across the lawn. Angela and the triplets were waiting by the helicopter. The pilot helped them inside. Marcus watched as the helicopter lifted off the ground. He saw 3 small faces pressed against the window. They waved at him. He waved back. The helicopter rose higher and higher. Then it turned north and flew away toward Boston. Marcus stood on his mother's lawn, watching until the helicopter disappeared completely from view. Behind him, his mother spoke. "You just threw away everything, for children you do not even know." Marcus turned around. "No, Mother. I threw away everything 6 years ago when I listened to you. Today, I am getting it back." He walked past her. He went into the house. He went upstairs to the bedroom he used to sleep in as a child. He packed a bag with clothes and his laptop. When he came back downstairs, his mother was waiting in the hallway. "Where are you going?" she asked. "Boston," Marcus said. "You do not even have a place to live there." "I will find one." "Marcus, please, be reasonable. You have a life here, a job, a home." "I have nothing here," Marcus said. "You made sure of that." He walked out the front door. He got in his car. He drove down the long driveway and through the gates. In his rearview mirror, he saw his mother standing alone in front of the big, empty house. Marcus did not look back again. Marcus drove north on Interstate 95. Greenwich disappeared behind him. The sun was setting. His phone kept buzzing in the passenger seat, but he did not look at it. He knew who was calling. His mother. His mother's lawyer. Maybe people from work. He did not care. After 2 hours of driving, Marcus pulled into a rest stop near New Haven. He sat in his car and finally looked at his phone. 37 missed calls. 52 text messages. His mother. "Come home immediately. We need to talk." His mother. "You are making the biggest mistake of your life." His mother. Do not throw away everything for children you do not even know. His mother's lawyer. Mr. Richardson, please call me as soon as possible. We need to discuss your employment status and trust fund. A text from his friend James. Marcus, what the hell happened at the party? Everyone is talking about it. Marcus deleted all the messages. He opened a new text to Destiny. He typed, I am coming to Boston. Can I see them tomorrow? He waited. 3 minutes passed. Then his phone buzzed. Destiny. We live at 427 Shawmut Avenue. Come at 10 o'clock in the morning. Do not be late. Marcus typed back, I will be there. Thank you. He drove the rest of the way to Boston in darkness. He had no apartment, no hotel reservation, no plan. At midnight, he checked into a Holiday Inn near the South End. The room was small and smelled like old carpet. It was nothing like the house he shared with Rebecca in Greenwich. But Marcus slept better than he had in years. He woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning. He showered and put on jeans and a clean shirt. No suit today. He looked at himself in the mirror. He looked tired. He looked worried. But he also looked free. At 9:45, Marcus parked outside Destiny's brownstone. It was a beautiful building with red brick and white trim. Flower boxes sat in the windows. A small yard had toys scattered across the grass. Marcus walked up the steps. His hands were shaking. He knocked on the door. Angela answered. She looked at Marcus with no expression. You are early. I did not want to be late. Come in. Marcus stepped inside. The house was warm and bright. Photos covered the walls. Photos of the triplets at every age. First birthdays, first steps, first day of school. Marcus had missed all of it. Wait here, Angela said. She disappeared down the hallway. Marcus heard voices upstairs, children laughing, water running, normal morning sounds. Then he heard footsteps on the stairs. 3 pairs of small feet. The triplets appeared at the top of the staircase. They stopped when they saw Marcus. Daddy came back, Chloe whispered. She smiled huge. All 3 children ran down the stairs. They crashed into Marcus and hugged him. Marcus knelt down and held them tight. I told you he would come back, Chloe said to her brothers. I told you. Destiny appeared at the top of the stairs. She wore jeans and a sweater. Her hair was pulled back. She looked beautiful and tired. Have you eaten breakfast? She asked Marcus. No. The children are having pancakes. You can join us. They all went to the kitchen. Destiny made pancakes while the triplets talked non-stop. They told Marcus about their school, their friends, their favorite TV shows, their toy collections. I have 73 dinosaurs, Caleb said proudly. Want to see them? Yes, Marcus said. I want to see everything. After breakfast, Caleb showed Marcus his dinosaur collection. Cameron showed Marcus his video games. Chloe showed Marcus her drawings. Every drawing was of a family. A mother, 3 children, and a father. This is you, Chloe said, pointing at the tall figure with green eyes. I draw you all the time, even though I did not know what you looked like. Mama showed me one picture. Marcus felt tears in his eyes. These are beautiful, Chloe. At noon, Destiny told Marcus, the children need lunch, and then a nap. You should go. Can I come back? Marcus asked. Destiny looked at the triplets. They all stared at her with big, hopeful eyes. Yes, Destiny said. You can come back next Saturday, 10 o'clock. Can he come sooner? Chloe asked. We will see, Destiny said. Your father has things to figure out. He needs to find a place to live. He needs to find a job. Marcus nodded. She was right. He had nothing figured out. He hugged each child goodbye. I will see you next Saturday, I promise. You will not disappear? Cameron asked. His voice was serious. Never. Marcus said. "I will never disappear again." That afternoon, Marcus found a small apartment in the South End. It was a one-bedroom on the third floor of an old building. The rent was $2,000 a month. Marcus had some money in his personal savings account, money his mother could not touch. Enough for maybe 6 months of rent. He signed the lease that day. On Monday morning, Marcus's phone rang. It was his mother's lawyer. "Mr. Richardson, I am calling to inform you that your employment at Richardson Investment Group has been terminated effective immediately. Your trust fund has been frozen. Mrs. Richardson has also revoked your access to the Greenwich property." "I understand," Marcus said calmly. "There is also the matter of your marital home. That property is in Mrs. Rebecca Richardson's name. You will need to arrange to collect your belongings. I will send someone to get my things." The lawyer paused. "Mr. Richardson, are you sure about this decision? Your mother is willing to discuss reinstating everything if you—" "No," Marcus interrupted. "I am sure. Tell my mother I will not change my mind." Marcus hung up. An hour later, another call came, this time from Rebecca's lawyer. "Mr. Richardson, I am representing Rebecca Hart Richardson in her petition for divorce. She is requesting an uncontested divorce with no alimony. She will keep the Greenwich property and her personal assets. You will keep your personal assets. The marriage will be dissolved within 60 days. "I agree to everything," Marcus said. "Tell Rebecca I am sorry. Tell her I hope she finds someone who deserves her." "I will pass that along," the lawyer said. He sounded surprised. Marcus started looking for jobs. He applied to 20 investment firms in Boston. He sent his resume to wealth management companies. He called old contacts from Yale. But doors kept closing. His mother's influence reached far in the financial world. People who used to return his calls immediately now ignored him. Interviews got canceled. Job offers disappeared. By the end of the first week, Marcus had 15 rejections. But every Saturday, he visited the triplets. He showed up at exactly 10 o'clock. He spent the whole day with them. He played video games with Cameron. He learned dinosaur names with Caleb. He colored pictures with Chloe. At first, the children were shy around him. They would play for a while and then run back to Destiny to make sure she was still there. "Why do they keep checking on you?" Marcus asked Destiny one Saturday. "They are afraid you will take them away from me," Destiny said. "They do not know you yet. They do not trust you yet." "How do I earn their trust?" "By showing up. Every single time you say you will be here. Every single Saturday. No excuses, no missed visits. That is how you earn trust." So Marcus showed up. Every Saturday. Even when he was tired. Even when he was worried about money. Even when he felt like a failure. By the fourth Saturday, Cameron stopped asking if Marcus was coming back. By the sixth Saturday, Caleb asked Marcus to read him bedtime stories. By the eighth Saturday, Chloe fell asleep on Marcus's lap while watching a movie. "She feels safe with you now," Destiny said quietly. "That is progress." Marcus looked down at his daughter sleeping peacefully. Her small hand held onto his shirt. Her breathing was soft and steady. "I missed so much," Marcus whispered. 5 years of bedtime stories. 5 years of hugs. 5 years of them feeling safe with me. "You cannot get those years back," Destiny said. "But you can be here for all the years ahead. That is what matters now." On a Tuesday afternoon in August, Marcus's phone rang. Unknown number. "Hello? Mr. Richardson? My name is David Chen. I own a small investment firm called Clearwater Capital here in Boston. I heard about your situation. I would like to offer you an interview." Marcus sat up straight. "Yes, absolutely. When?" "Tomorrow at 2 o'clock. "I will be there." The next day, Marcus went to Clearwater Capital. It was a small office on the 10th floor of a building near the financial district. Only 15 employees. Nothing like Richardson Investment Group. David Chen was a man in his 60s with gray hair and kind eyes. He shook Marcus's hand firmly. "I'm going to be direct with you, Mr. Richardson," David said. "I heard what happened at your mother's party. The whole financial community heard about it. Some people think you are unstable. Some people think you are a liability." Marcus nodded. "I understand. But I think you finally learned what matters in life," David continued. "I think you understand now that family is more important than money. That integrity is more important than reputation. Am I right?" "Yes," Marcus said. "You are exactly right." "Then I want to hire you. You will make less money than you made before. $75,000 a year to start. But you will do good work here. We invest in ethical companies. We help people build real wealth for real reasons, not just to get richer." Marcus felt relief wash over him. "When can I start?" "Next Monday." Marcus shook David's hand. "Thank you, Mr. Chen. You will not regret this." That Saturday, Marcus told the triplets about his new job. "Do you wear a suit?" Cameron asked. "Sometimes, but not every day." "Good," Cameron said. "Suits are uncomfortable." Marcus laughed. It felt good to laugh with his children. Destiny watched from the kitchen doorway. After the children went outside to play, she said to Marcus, "You are doing well. They are starting to trust you." "Thank you for giving me this chance," Marcus said. "You are earning it," Destiny replied. Marcus started his new job at Clearwater Capital on the first Monday of September. He arrived at 8 o'clock in the morning. David Chen met him at the door. "Welcome to the team, Marcus," David said. "Your office is small, but the work is good." The office was small, just a desk, a chair, and a window that looked at another building. But Marcus put a photo of the triplets on his desk. Cameron, Caleb, and Chloe, smiling at the camera. That photo made the small office feel perfect. Marcus worked hard. He arrived early and stayed late. He helped clients invest their money wisely. He researched companies carefully. He never cut corners. After 2 months, David called Marcus into his office. "You are doing excellent work. Our clients trust you. Keep this up." The months passed. Fall turned to winter. Winter turned to spring. Marcus saw the triplets every Saturday. Then Destiny let him come on Sundays too. Then on Wednesday evenings for dinner. Slowly, the children stopped checking to make sure Destiny was nearby when Marcus was there. They stopped asking if he was leaving soon. They just played and laughed and acted like regular kids with their father. One year after the helicopter landed on his mother's lawn, Marcus sat at his desk at Clearwater Capital. He looked at the photo of his children and smiled. His phone buzzed. A reminder. Cameron's school play tonight, 6:30. Marcus left work early. He drove to the elementary school in the South End. The auditorium was full of parents and grandparents. Marcus found a seat in the third row. The lights went down. The play started. Third graders performed a story about space explorers. Cameron played an astronaut. He wore a silver costume Destiny had made. When Cameron said his lines, his voice was clear and strong. Marcus's chest felt tight with pride. Cameron finished his scene and looked out at the audience. He spotted Marcus. His whole face lit up. He waved. Marcus waved back. After the play, Cameron ran to Marcus in the lobby. "Did you see me, Dad? Did I do good?" Dad. Not Daddy anymore. Just Dad. Cameron had started calling him that last month. "It felt more grown up," Cameron explained. "You were amazing," Marcus said. He hugged Cameron tight. "I am so proud of you." Destiny walked over with Caleb and Chloe. "Good job, Cameron," she said. "Can Dad come to dinner?" Cameron asked. Destiny looked at Marcus. "We are just having spaghetti." "Spaghetti sounds perfect," Marcus said. They all went back to the brownstone. Marcus helped Destiny cook while the children set the table. They ate together. They talked about the play. They laughed when Caleb got spaghetti sauce on his nose. This felt like family. On Saturday mornings, Marcus coached Caleb's soccer team. Caleb was not very good at soccer. He spent most of the game chasing butterflies, but he loved wearing his uniform and running around with his friends. "Go, Caleb!" Marcus shouted from the sidelines. "Good try, buddy." After the game, Caleb ran to Marcus. "Did you see me almost score?" "I saw," Marcus said. "You are getting better every week." On Tuesday afternoons, Marcus picked up Chloe from school. She would run out of the building and jump into his arms. "Dad, guess what happened today?" Every day, something new had happened. She made a new friend. She learned a new song. She drew a new picture. Marcus listened to every story. He asked questions. He cared about every detail of her life. In November, Destiny called Marcus. "The school wants to have parent-teacher conferences. Can you come?" "Of course," Marcus said. They sat together in 3 different classrooms. Cameron's teacher said he was doing well in math. Caleb's teacher said he had a wonderful imagination. Chloe's teacher said she was kind to everyone. Marcus and Destiny listened. They asked questions. They worked as a team. Afterward, they walked to the parking lot together. "You are good at this," Destiny said. "At what?" "Being a parent. You show up. You pay attention. The children feel loved." "That is all I want," Marcus said. "For them to know they are loved." In January, Destiny called Marcus on a Saturday morning. "Can you take the kids to the park today? I have a lunch meeting." "Sure, no problem." Marcus took the triplets to Boston Common. They flew kites. They ate ice cream. They fed the ducks. When Marcus brought them home, Destiny was there with a man Marcus had never seen before. He was black, maybe 40 years old, wearing glasses and a sweater. He looked kind. "Marcus, this is Jonathan," Destiny said. "He teaches history at Boston University." "Jonathan, this is Marcus, the children's father." Marcus shook Jonathan's hand. "Nice to meet you." "You too," Jonathan said. "Destiny has told me a lot about you." After the children ran upstairs, Marcus said to Destiny, "Are you two dating?" "Yes," Destiny said, "for about 2 months now." Marcus felt something complicated in his chest. Not jealousy exactly, maybe regret, or maybe just sadness for what could have been. "Is he good to you?" Marcus asked. "Very good," Destiny said. "Then I am happy for you. You deserve someone who treats you well." "Thank you, Marcus. That means a lot." A week later, Marcus received a text from an unknown number. He opened it. The message said, "Hi, Marcus. This is Rebecca. I wanted you to know that I am engaged. His name is David. He is an architect. He is kind and honest. I am truly happy. I hope you found happiness too." Marcus texted back, "Congratulations, Rebecca. I am so happy for you. You always deserved better than what I gave you. I hope you have a beautiful life." Rebecca replied, "Thank you. I forgive you, Marcus. I hope you forgive yourself too." Marcus stared at that message for a long time. Forgive himself. He was trying. In March, Marcus's phone rang. Unknown number. He almost did not answer, but something made him pick up. "Hello? Mr. Richardson, this is Thomas Blake. I am your mother's attorney." Marcus's stomach dropped. What does she want? She would like to meet her grandchildren. She understands it has been a year. She has had time to reflect. She would like a chance to apologize to you and to meet Cameron, Caleb, and Chloe. Marcus was quiet for a long moment. "I need to think about it." "Of course. Please call me when you decide." That night, Marcus called Destiny. "My mother wants to meet the children." "What do you think?" Destiny asked. I do not know. Part of me thinks she does not deserve to meet them, but part of me thinks everyone deserves a second chance. Even her. What do the children want? I have not asked them yet. Ask them, Destiny said. They are old enough to have an opinion. Marcus asked the triplets the next Saturday. They sat in Destiny's living room. Do you want to meet your grandmother? Marcus asked. The mean lady from the party? Caleb asked. Yes, but she wants to apologize. She wants a chance to know you. Cameron thought about it. Will she yell at us? No, I promise I will not let anyone yell at you. Okay, Cameron said. We can meet her. 2 weeks later, Marcus drove the triplets to Greenwich. It was the first time he had been back in over a year. The estate looked the same, big and beautiful and empty. Elizabeth waited on the front steps. She wore a simple blue dress. No fancy gown, no jewelry. She looked older, smaller somehow. The triplets got out of the car slowly. They held hands. Elizabeth walked toward them. She stopped a few feet away. Hello, she said. Her voice shook. I am your grandmother. I, the triplets said together. Their voices were quiet. I am sorry, Elizabeth said. She looked at Marcus. I am sorry for what I did. I was wrong. I let hate control me. I destroyed your chance at happiness. I have spent a year alone in this house realizing that hate cost me everything. Marcus nodded. I appreciate the apology. Can I be part of their lives? Elizabeth asked. Can I be their grandmother? Marcus looked at the triplets. Do you want to spend time with her? They shrugged. They did not know her. They did not trust her yet. We will visit sometimes, Marcus said to his mother, but you do not get to control anything. You do not get to make demands. You do not get to tell me how to raise them. If you want to be their grandmother, you have to earn it. I understand, Elizabeth said. They stayed for 2 hours. Elizabeth showed the children the garden. She gave them cookies. She asked about school. But the triplets were polite, but distant. They did not call her grandma. They did not hug her. They had missed too much time. On the drive home, Chloe said, She seems sad. She is sad, Marcus said. She made bad choices, and now she is alone. Do you forgive her, Dad? Cameron asked. I am trying, Marcus said. That Sunday, Marcus took the triplets to Boston Common. The weather was warm, spring flowers bloomed everywhere. They flew kites and ate hot dogs and played on the playground. At 7 o'clock, Marcus brought them home. He helped them get ready for bed. He read them stories. Chloe fell asleep halfway through the second book. Marcus tucked her blanket around her. He kissed her forehead. I love you, Dad, Chloe whispered, without opening her eyes. Marcus's throat got tight. I love you too, baby girl. He walked home to his small apartment. The streets were quiet. He passed coffee shops and restaurants full of people. He felt happy, really happy. For the first time in years, he texted Destiny, Thank you for giving me this chance. She replied, You earned it. Marcus stood at his apartment window and looked at the Boston city lights. He had lost everything his mother gave him. The job, the money, the big house, the trust fund. But he gained the only things that were ever truly his. 3 children who called him Dad. 3 children who loved him. 3 children who made his small apartment feel like the biggest home in the world. Marcus woke up early the next morning. His alarm went off at 6:30. He had to be at work by 8 o'clock. He got dressed and made coffee in his small kitchen. The apartment was quiet, but it did not feel lonely anymore. His phone buzzed. A text from Cameron. Dad, can you help me with my math homework after school today? Marcus smiled. Cameron had his phone now. Destiny gave all 3 kids phones last month, so they could call Marcus whenever they wanted. Marcus texted back, "Yes, I will pick you up at 3:30. At work, David Chen stopped by Marcus's office. "Good morning, Marcus. I wanted to let you know that 3 new clients asked for you specifically. They heard good things about your work." "Thank you, Mr. Chen," Marcus said. "That means a lot." "You have come a long way in the past year and a half," David said. "You should be proud." Marcus looked at the photo of his children on his desk. "I am." That afternoon, Marcus picked up Cameron from school. They went to a coffee shop and spread Cameron's math homework on the table. "I do not understand fractions," Cameron said. "They are confusing." "Let me show you a trick," Marcus said. He drew pictures to explain how fractions worked. Cameron's face lit up when he finally understood. "Oh, that makes sense now," Cameron said. They worked for an hour. When they finished, Cameron said, "Thanks, Dad. You are good at explaining things." "Anytime, buddy." On Wednesday night, Marcus had dinner with the whole family at Destiny's house. Jonathan was there too. At first, Marcus felt awkward, but Jonathan was kind and never tried to replace Marcus. He understood that Marcus was the children's father. "Cameron told me you helped him with fractions," Jonathan said. "That was nice of you." "He is my son," Marcus said simply. "I help him with whatever he needs." After dinner, the children went upstairs to do homework. Marcus helped Destiny clean the dishes. "Jonathan is a good guy," Marcus said. "He is," Destiny agreed. "The kids like him, but they know he is not their father. You are." "Does he want kids of his own someday?" "Maybe. We have not talked about it seriously yet. We have only been dating for 6 months." Marcus dried a plate. "For what it is worth, I think you two are good together. You look happy." "I am happy," Destiny said. "Happier than I have been in a long time." Marcus was quiet for a moment. Then he said, "I am sorry I ruined what we had. I think about it sometimes, about what our life could have been if I had been braver." Destiny stopped washing dishes. She looked at Marcus. "I think about it too sometimes. But we cannot change the past. We can only move forward. And honestly, Marcus, I do not think we would work now. Too much has happened. Too much hurt." "I know," Marcus said. "But I am grateful that we can be friends, that we can raise the kids together." "Me too," Destiny said. On Saturday morning, Marcus took all 3 kids to their soccer games. Caleb's team played first. They lost 4-1, but Caleb scored the 1 goal. He ran to Marcus afterwards, jumping up and down. "Did you see, Dad? Did you see me score?" "I saw." Marcus picked him up and spun him around. "You were amazing." Cameron's team played next. They won 3-2. Cameron played defense and blocked several shots. Marcus cheered so loud his voice got hoarse. Chloe did not play soccer. She took ballet instead. Her recital was next month. She talked about it constantly. "Will you come to my recital, Dad?" she asked for the 10th time that week. "Of course I will come," Marcus said. "I would not miss it for anything." That night, Marcus got a call from Elizabeth's lawyer again. "Mr. Richardson, your mother was hoping the children could visit again, perhaps for her birthday next month." Marcus thought about it. The first visit had been awkward, but not terrible. "I will ask them." He asked the triplets the next day. "Your grandmother wants to know if you want to visit her on her birthday. You do not have to if you do not want to." "Will there be cake?" Caleb asked. Marcus laughed. "Probably." "Then okay," Caleb said. "Can we bring her a present?" Chloe asked. "If you want to," Marcus said. They went to Target together. The children picked out a photo frame. Destiny helped them print a picture of the 3 of them. They wrapped it carefully. On Elizabeth's 61st birthday, Marcus drove the children to Greenwich again. This time, Elizabeth had prepared. She made sandwiches for lunch. She bought toys for the children to play with. She tried hard. "I brought you a present, Grandmother," Chloe said shyly. She handed Elizabeth the wrapped gift. Elizabeth opened it slowly. When she saw the photo of the triplets, her eyes filled with tears. "This is beautiful. Thank you." "You are welcome," Chloe said. They stayed for 3 hours. Elizabeth was careful not to say anything controlling or mean. She asked the children about school. She listened when they talked. She was trying to be a better person. But the children still did not call her Grandma. They called her Grandmother, formal and distant. On the drive home, Cameron said, "She is nicer than before, but I still do not know her very well." "That is okay," Marcus said. "It takes time to get to know people." "Do you like her now, Dad?" Caleb asked. "I am working on forgiving her," Marcus said. "Forgiveness takes time, too." In May, Destiny called Marcus with news. "I got an email from Rebecca." "Rebecca?" Marcus was surprised. What did she say? "She is getting married next month. To David, the architect. She invited us to the wedding. Us? You and me. She said she wants to thank us both. She said meeting you and losing you led her to David. She said sometimes the wrong relationship leads you to the right one." Marcus felt a mix of emotions. Sadness for what he lost with Rebecca. Happiness that she found someone better. "Are you going to go?" "I think so," Destiny said. "Jonathan and I were invited." "What about you?" "I do not know. Would that be weird?" "Probably. But Rebecca seems to want closure. Maybe it would be good for all of us." Marcus thought about it for 3 days. Then he called Rebecca directly. "Hello?" Rebecca's voice was warm and happy. "Rebecca, it is Marcus. I got your wedding invitation." "Marcus, I am so glad you called. I was not sure if you would. I want to come. If you are sure you want me there." "I am sure," Rebecca said. "I spent a long time being angry at you, but then I met David, and I realized that if you had not left me, I never would have found him. He is everything I needed, everything I deserve." "I am happy for you," Marcus said, "really. You deserve all the happiness in the world." "Thank you. And Marcus, I forgive you, completely. I hope you can forgive yourself." "I am trying," Marcus said. "Every day, I am trying." The wedding was beautiful. It was at a small church in Boston. Only 75 guests. Rebecca wore a simple white dress. David wore a gray suit. When they said their vows, they looked at each other with real love. Marcus sat in the back row. He watched Rebecca promise to love David honestly and completely. He felt genuinely happy for her. After the ceremony, Rebecca found Marcus at the reception. David was with her. "Marcus, thank you for coming," Rebecca said. She hugged him briefly. "This is David." Marcus shook David's hand. "Congratulations. You are a lucky man." "I know," David said. He looked at Rebecca with obvious love. "She is amazing." "She is," Marcus agreed. Rebecca looked at Marcus carefully. "Are you happy, Marcus? Really?" "Yes," Marcus said. And he meant it. "I have 3 incredible kids. I have a job I love. I have a life that matters. I am happy." "Good," Rebecca said. "We both deserve to be happy." In June, Chloe's ballet recital arrived. Marcus sat in the auditorium at the dance studio. Destiny sat next to him. Jonathan sat on Destiny's other side. Angela was there with Cameron and Caleb. The lights went down. The music started. Little girls in pink tutus danced across the stage. Then Chloe appeared. She wore a white costume with sparkles. She danced carefully, counting her steps, concentrating hard. Marcus's heart felt so full it might burst. When the recital ended, Chloe ran to Marcus. He scooped her up and spun her around. "You were perfect," he said. "The best dancer up there." "Really?" Chloe's face glowed. "Really," Marcus said. I am so proud of you." They went out for ice cream after, all of them together. Marcus, Destiny, Jonathan, Angela, and the 3 kids. They squeezed into a booth at an ice cream shop in the South End. Marcus looked around the table. This was his family now. Not traditional, not what he imagined years ago, but real and good and full of love. Cameron got chocolate ice cream on his shirt. Caleb dropped his cone and started crying until Marcus bought him another one. Chloe talked nonstop about the recital. This was happiness, not the fake happiness Marcus had in Greenwich, with money and status and empty rooms. This was real, messy and loud and imperfect, and absolutely real. That night, Marcus walked home to his small apartment. He passed families eating dinner in restaurants. He passed couples holding hands. He passed people living their lives. Marcus pulled out his phone. He opened his photos. Hundreds of pictures of Cameron, Caleb, and Chloe. First soccer game, first day of school, Halloween costumes, Christmas morning, birthday parties. Ordinary moments that meant everything. He had missed their first 5 years, but he had been there for everything since, and he would be there for everything ahead. Marcus sent a text to all 3 kids. "I love you, sleep well, see you tomorrow." 3 texts came back immediately. Cameron, "Love you too, Dad." Caleb, "Good night, Dad." Chloe, "Love you, infinity, Dad." Marcus smiled. He put his phone down and looked out his window at the Boston lights. He had everything he needed. Marcus's alarm went off at 6:30 on a Monday morning in September. 2 full years had passed since the helicopter landed on his mother's lawn. 2 years since his life fell apart and came back together in a completely different shape. He got up and made coffee. His phone buzzed with a text from David Chen at work. "Morning, Marcus. Big client meeting at 9. I want you to lead it." Marcus texted back, "I will be there." 2 years ago, Marcus made $400,000 a year and felt empty. Now he made $75,000 a year and felt rich. Not rich with money, rich with purpose, rich with love. He arrived at Clearwater Capital at 8 o'clock. The big client meeting went well. Marcus presented an investment strategy for a family looking to save for their children's college. The family asked good questions. Marcus answered each one carefully and honestly. "We trust you with our money," the husband said at the end. "Thank you for treating us with respect." After they left, David Chen shook Marcus's hand. "Excellent work. You have become one of our best advisors. Clients ask for you by name." "Thank you, Mr. Chen. This job means a lot to me." "I can tell," David said. "You work like someone who finally understands what matters." That evening, Marcus picked up all 3 kids from school. They piled into his car, talking over each other. "Dad, I got an A on my science test," Cameron said. "Dad, I learned about dinosaurs with feathers today," Caleb said. "Dad, can we get ice cream?" Chloe asked. Yes, and maybe," Marcus said. They all laughed. Marcus had moved to a bigger apartment 6 months ago. 2 bedrooms now. The kids had their own room for when they stayed overnight. That happened twice a week now, Tuesday and Thursday nights. Marcus made them breakfast before school. He helped with homework. He read bedtime stories. This was his life now. School pickups, and soccer practice, and homework help. Simple things that meant everything. On Saturday morning, Marcus went to Cameron's soccer game. Cameron had gotten much better at soccer this year. He scored 2 goals. Marcus jumped up and down on the sidelines. "That's my son!" Marcus shouted. "Good job, Cameron!" After the game, a dad from the other team approached Marcus. "Your son is really talented. You must be proud." "I am," Marcus said. "Very proud." How long have you been coaching him?" 2 years, Marcus said. It felt like longer. It felt like forever. But also it felt like no time at all. That afternoon, Marcus took the kids to the Boston Public Library. Caleb needed books about ancient Egypt for a school project. They spent 2 hours looking through books. Caleb picked 7 books about pyramids and mummies. "Can you help me read these, Dad?" Caleb asked. "Of course," Marcus said. "We will read them together." Chloe found books about ballet dancers. Cameron found books about space. They checked out 15 books total. Marcus carried them all to the car. "You are the best library partner, Dad," Chloe said. "You are the best library visitors," Marcus replied. On Sunday, they all went to Destiny's house for dinner. Jonathan was there. He and Destiny had been dating for over a year now. The relationship was serious, healthy, built on honesty. "Marcus, can I talk to you for a minute?" Jonathan asked after dinner. They stepped into the backyard while the kids played inside. "Sure," Marcus said. "What is up?" "I am going to ask Destiny to marry me," Jonathan said, "next month. I wanted to tell you first, out of respect. I know you and Destiny have a complicated history." Marcus felt a small pang of sadness. Not jealousy, just the sadness of doors closing on paths not taken. But then he thought about Jonathan, how kind he was to Destiny, how he treated the kids with respect, but never tried to replace Marcus. "That is great news," Marcus said. He meant it. "Destiny deserves to be happy. The kids love you. You will be a good stepfather." "I will never try to replace you," Jonathan said quickly. "You are their father. I just want to be someone who supports them, and supports you too." Marcus shook Jonathan's hand. "Then you have my blessing. Congratulations." Inside, Destiny was cleaning dishes. Marcus helped her dry. "Jonathan told me his plans," Marcus said quietly. Destiny stopped washing. She looked at Marcus. "How do you feel about it?" "Happy for you. Really. He is a good man. Better than I was to you." "You were young," Destiny said, "and afraid. You are different now." "I am," Marcus agreed. "Having the kids in my life changed me. They made me better." "They made both of us better," Destiny said. In October, Marcus received an email from Rebecca. The subject line said, "Good news." He opened it. The email said, "Hi, Marcus. I wanted to let you know that David and I are expecting a baby. A girl. We are so happy. I hope you and your children are well. Rebecca." Marcus typed back, "Congratulations. That is wonderful news. You are going to be an amazing mother. I am very happy for you both." That night, Marcus told the kids about Rebecca. "Remember the lady who was married to me before? She is going to have a baby." "Will the baby be our sister?" Chloe asked. "No, honey, you have each other. Cameron and Caleb are your brothers. But it is still nice that Rebecca is happy." "Did you love her?" Cameron asked. He was 7 now, old enough to ask hard questions. "I cared about her," Marcus said carefully, "but I was not honest with her. I made mistakes. She deserved better. Now she has better, and I am grateful for that." In November, Elizabeth called Marcus directly. Not through her lawyer. Her voice on the phone was quiet and uncertain. "Marcus, could the children visit for Thanksgiving? I know it is a big holiday. I know you probably have plans, but I thought maybe they could come for a few hours in the afternoon. I promise I will not overstep. I just want to spend time with them." Marcus was quiet. Then he said, "I will ask them." He asked the triplets that night. "Your grandmother wants to know if you want to visit her on Thanksgiving afternoon. We would still have lunch here, but we would go to Greenwich after." "Will she make turkey?" Caleb asked. "Probably." "2 Thanksgiving dinners?" Caleb's eyes got big. "Yes!" They all laughed. On Thanksgiving, They ate lunch at Destiny's house. Destiny cooked turkey and stuffing and sweet potatoes. Jonathan carved the turkey. Angela made pies. The kids ate until they could barely move. Then Marcus drove the triplets to Greenwich. Elizabeth had prepared carefully. She hired a caterer. She decorated the dining room. She bought gifts for each child. But the best part was simple. Elizabeth sat at the table and listened. She asked Cameron about soccer. She asked Caleb about his dinosaur books. She asked Chloe about ballet. "I am taking a new class called Point," Chloe explained. "It means dancing on the tips of your toes. It is very hard." "I would love to see you dance sometime," Elizabeth said carefully. "If that would be okay." Chloe looked at Marcus. Marcus nodded. "Okay," Chloe said. "My next recital is in December." "I will be there," Elizabeth promised. After dinner, the children explored the house. They ran through the big rooms and looked at old paintings and found the library. "This house is like a museum," Cameron said. Elizabeth stood next to Marcus, watching the children play. "I lived in this house for 40 years, she said quietly. "But it never felt alive until today. Until they were here." "They have that effect," Marcus said. "I wasted so much time," Elizabeth said. Her voice cracked. "I chose fear and hate over love. I lost years with you, years with them. I am sorry, Marcus. I am so sorry." Marcus looked at his mother. She looked old now, fragile. The power she used to have was gone. All that remained was regret. "I forgive you," Marcus said. He had not planned to say it, but the words came out true. "It took me a long time, but I forgive you." Elizabeth started crying. Marcus hugged her awkwardly. They had not hugged in years. "Thank you," she whispered. "Thank you." In December, Marcus went to Chloe's ballet recital. Elizabeth came too. She sat 3 rows behind Marcus. After the show, Chloe saw Elizabeth in the lobby. "Grandmother, did you see me dance?" "I did," Elizabeth said. "You were beautiful." Chloe smiled. She was warming up to Elizabeth slowly. It would take time. But there was time now. On Christmas morning, Marcus woke up in his apartment. The kids had stayed overnight. They came running into his bedroom at 6 o'clock in the morning. "Dad! Dad! Wake up! It is Christmas!" They ran to the small living room where Marcus had set up a tree. Presents were stacked underneath. Not expensive presents. Books and games and clothes. Things that mattered. The kids ripped open presents. They laughed and played and made a mess of wrapping paper. "This is the best Christmas ever," Caleb said. Later that day, they went to Destiny's house. Jonathan was there. Angela was there. They all exchanged gifts and ate too much food and played board games. This was family, messy and imperfect, and full of love. On New Year's Eve, Marcus sat in his apartment alone. The kids were with Destiny for the night. Marcus looked back at the past 2 years. Everything he lost. Everything he gained. His phone rang. It was his friend James from my college. "Marcus, Happy New Year. I heard what happened with you and your mom and everything. Everyone in Greenwich is still talking about it. How are you, man?" "I am good," Marcus said. "Really good." "You sound different, happier." "I am happier. I finally figured out what matters." "The kids?" "Yeah, the kids. And being honest. And choosing love over fear." "Good for you, Marcus. I am proud of you." After he hung up, Marcus stood at his window. He looked out at Boston. Fireworks started going off over the harbor. The new year was beginning. Marcus thought about the man he used to be. The coward who chose money over love. The man who ran away from hard things. That man was gone. In his place was a father. Imperfect, but present. Flawed, but trying. Someone who showed up every single day. Marcus's phone buzzed. A group text from the triplets. "Happy New Year, Dad. We love you." Marcus texted back, "I love you too. See you tomorrow." He smiled. Tomorrow he would pick them up. They would go to the park. They would fly kites. They would eat hot dogs. They would be together. That was enough. That was everything. Marcus had lost everything his mother gave him. The money, the status, the big house, the comfortable life. But he gained what was truly his. 3 children, real happiness, a life that mattered. And that was worth more than anything money could buy. If you enjoyed today's video, I'm sure you'll love the next one. Don't waste time. Just click on the screen.